Good morning, Infinity. Good morning, Infinity. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, wherever you are in the world. We want to welcome you into the Infinity Fellowship. I am Reverend Jeff Obafemikar, also known as Rev Jeff, and I want to welcome you to Yoga Sunday. No, you didn't get here by accident. No, the person who tagged you didn't prank you. You are absolutely where you're supposed to be. When they said, show up for my Sunday service, and we're going to be doing yoga, and you tuned in and you thought you were going to see me in my suit or my nice collar shirt, and you're going to see the chairs and everything in here, and you say, wait a minute, they're in exercise clothes. That's because it is Yoga Sunday. Yoga Sunday is the only Yoga Sunday in the known universe, at least to our knowledge. If there's another Sunday service you can come to and get mind, body, and spirit all together on Yoga Sunday, shout out and let me know, because I want to shout you out too, so we're not by ourselves. But we are here in this place with you, welcoming you into the space today. How you feeling? How you doing? I'm going to greet you in a minute before we hit the mat series and get some energy in here. But for right now, I want to say good morning, and I want to welcome you into a space of meditation and energy and invite you to breathe with me as we begin Yoga Sunday. With any sacred ritual, you have to open the portal. You have to make sure that the energy is in place. And as each of you are joining today, we invite you to tag your friends. We invite you to like, to subscribe, even if you're watching a replay. We invite you to let somebody know today that you have squarely landed in the core of consciousness and the apex of authenticity. So go ahead and take a deep breath in with me. Exhale to release it out into the world. Good. Take another deep breath in there. Exhale to release it out into the world. Take a deep inhale here. Cleanse those lungs. Pause and hold it. Exhale to release into the space. Good. Now take a few cleansing deep breaths just like that. Inhaling the good. Exhaling the things that no longer serve you. Enjoy this moment of stillness. Enjoy this moment of peace. And note that as you are inhaling the good, as you are pausing in gratitude at the top, as you are exhaling the things that no longer serve you or edify you or lift you up, we're not exhaling the bad, because all things are working together for the good. Continue to inhale. To exhale to release. And just to enjoy this moment of gratitude as we begin to set the tone for today in this moment, in this space, in this place. Giving thanks for the breath. Giving thanks simply for being. Giving thanks for showing up today. And as we are all united in the breath right now, we invite all eyes to close, all heads to bow, and all hearts to open as we begin to shift that energy now into a space of affirmative prayer. And so I'm pleased to speak to you, to that divine presence, to that divine source, as we go to that source in prayer in this moment. All-wise, unlimited, all-powerful God, God of our understanding, God of good, orderly direction, God of love, God of power, You are perceived by many different names, and yet you are known by one solidified energy. It is that energy that we look back on and we say, got us through the times that were difficult. It's that energy that when we look in a reflection upon, we see that you brought things together for our good. It is that energy that ignites us today. It's that energy that unites us today. It is that energy that uplifts and inspires us today. We speak to you in that energy space today. We speak to you in that frequency vibration of the good. We speak to you in that frequency vibration of the gold that has showed up in this space today. The 24-karat gold, the purest gold who has gone through the hardest fire. We thank you for the fires that we have existed in. We thank you for it because it burned off all that we did not need. So we thank you for being in this space today, in divine representation of you. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the gift of birthing us in your divine image. And although we might call you by different names, we know that you guide us all. And so we give this space in this moment to remember, to acknowledge, to celebrate, and to generate that field of gratitude. We speak that something is said today in today's service. Something is stretched out in the muscle fiber in today's service. Something is breathed through the breath in today's service that will generate even more gratitude and place us in alignment with our divine purpose even more. Thank you for the parallel gifts of love and understanding. Thank you for this intersection and crossroads of choice today. For those who showed up for the first time today. For those who have been coming and watching but who decided to get on the floor or the towel or a mat today. We speak blessings into their body as it goes through healing today. And we thank you for this opportunity to get together. We thank you for this space called the Infinity Fellowship and the unique love that we put into the world. We give thanks for these and other things that cannot be put into words. And we acknowledge it in gratitude. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Deep breath in. Exhale to release it. And now as we get to prepare to pour our libations, I invite you in. I see you into the space here on the screen. We see you on. We see you popping. We know that you are live with us. We see you on YouTube coming in. Let us know if you're on Facebook as well. We want to make sure that you're gathered together in the right way. We're saying good morning to you. We're happy to have you with us today, and we're happy to have your ancestors with us today. So for those of you who want to remember your ancestors, we invite you to chat with us today before we get on these mats. Type the names of those who have transitioned into the space of life after life into the box today. You see, when we remember our ancestors, when we remember those who have come this way before, we join their vibration with our vibration on this side of life. We connect that infinite circle of power. You didn't get here all by yourself. I hope the old folks told you that. I hope that's not the first time you've heard it. But if it is the first time you heard it, let me tell you, you got here because of generations of great people whose shoulders you stand upon. I didn't say generations of perfect people because none of us has attained that perfection space. But we do know that we are here because we stand on the shoulders of those who have come before. And by acknowledging them, we are saying we recognize that we're connected. By doing so, future generations will do the same for us. And that's how we continue to grow and expand in this world. Take a deep breath in with me. Exhale to release as we prepare to pour our libations. As we gather in this sacred space, at our altar today, Our altar, which sits in the east, and represents the 4 directions and the 4 elements of fire, water, air, and earth. We pour with water that represents the living into the earth that represents what happens to this physical shell when it's no longer able to hold that powerful spirit called you. We connect that circuit today. And so we pour into the earth and say, cool water, freshen our spirits. Freshen and consecrate this space of spirituality today. Freshen our collective ancestors. We give praises to Almighty Mother, Father God, divine source, and all creation. Grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe. And so we pour today to the energies of the north that guide us. Ashe. We pour together to the energies of the south. Ashe. We pour together to the energies of the east. Ashe. We pour together for the energies of the west. Ashe. We pour to the energies of the heavens above us that give us divine inspiration. Ashe. We pour to us to the ground on which we stand, which provides us with the roots that keep us strong and tall. Ashe. And we pour to the space of the heart, that center space that unites all of the directions and keeps us focused on being the best we were born to be. Ashe. To those who came into our consciousness today, who are being remembered on the chat box and in this space live by virtue of their blood, Ashe. To those who came into our lives and helped us walk through the mud, they may not have been our blood relations, but they might as well have been, because family has been loyalty, and those who stood for us, we recognize them, Ashe. We recognize the ancestors now by the calling of your names, by the typing of your names in the chat box, and by the thought presence that you instigate by calling your name inside our minds right now. Ashe. Call those names aloud as we pour these next few pours of water. And to the children in the world, the womb and yet unborn. In the Yoruba word, which means spirit, which means essence, which means and so it is, which means let it be so. Ashe, Ashe, Asheo. And so it is. Good morning, Infinity. As we prepare and come into this space today, we want to say good morning to you and generate some gratitude. So as we are now opened up and we're seeing everybody in the space today, good to see y'all. Listen, let's get this party started right with some gratitude. So as you hear that song that normally the voices are singing, you'll hear it come in, good morning to you. I want you all to say good morning. See, we're not on the mats fully yet. We here in the place today, but we're going to get on the mats fully in a minute. But while you're rolling out your mat, while you're texting your friends, while you're getting this thing started, while you're getting everybody ready, I want you to type something that you're grateful for. Say hello in the chat box. This is your opportunity to work your thumbs, to work your fingers, but I also understand some of you got us on the big screen at home so you can do yoga with the family. That's all great too. But while you're doing that, let's generate some gratitude. So let's go. Type one thing that you're grateful for. Let us know where you're dialing in from, where you're tuning in from. Give us that one thing that you're grateful for this morning. And y'all would normally hear us say, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yes. They're singing it in the background. My name is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr, and I am grateful that I can at least carry a tune, because this past week, early in the week, I lost most of my voice, so it came back. So I'm grateful today to be able to carry a tune. And although I may not be fully where I love to be, I'm exactly where I need to be. So good morning. We got Brother Chris Sims in the house saying good morning to the family. Good to see you, Brother Sims. Good to have you in the place for Yoga Sunday. Can't wait till y'all are in the space together. We got Sister Lakeisha in the house this morning saying hello. Good morning, Sister Lakeisha. What an awesome opportunity it was. I'm grateful that we got to see your artwork in the Buchanan District last night. Congratulations on opening that show. We're going to give a standing ovation shout out to you next week for that. We love it. Brother Chris is grateful for the strength to endure. Absolutely. Winnie's in the house, grateful for a new day. Good evening from the place of 1,000 Hills, Rwanda. We got Rwanda in the house today. Come on. We're doing Yoga Sunday Global. Y'all gonna make me get my little dance on today. I'm already feeling kind of hyped, but don't worry. We're gonna be all right if it's your first time. Brother Ronald Hayes, what's happening, Doc? Good to have you, man. Good to have you in the space. You and Sister Lynn, we love you guys. Good to have you in the house today. Good morning, Jay Will. Grateful for that application for becoming a licensed professional clinical counsel. Oh, look, we sliding in gratitude moments. All right, good. I'm reading some of these. I know we got to get to the mat, but we're reading some of these. Let's go to Jay Will, Joshua. Good morning. I'm grateful for that application for becoming a licensed professional clinical counselor was accepted and approved this week. The healing spirit in the house. Sister Felina's in the house. Grateful for this practice for my children and my friend Demetria. Was Demetria in there? Dimitri. We're sending a shout out to your friend, Dimitri. Felina, Ashe, everybody in the house. We love you guys. We can't wait to see everybody. But we also love to have your energy every single Sunday here at the Infinity Fellowship, especially on Yoga Sunday. Yoga Sunday's getting hyped today. It's so funny because I've been talking to Shabazz. Shabazz and I, we're gonna get us some hardcore yoga going soon, because we like that. Shabazz, we love it. We love it. Oh, open that other camera right there. Josh just said Shabazz. Oh, yeah. It's Shabazz. We in there. You got Shabazz. I'm grateful for Brother Shabazz in the place. I'm grateful for Sister Kanitha. She's in the spot. And I'm grateful for Sister Alicia's in the spot too. So we're in a great space, and we're excited to have you today. Grateful for the strength to endure. Again, we got that. We're in the space now. And we are in this wonderful space of infinitude. So I am going to give our statement of infinitude today. It's time for that, so that you can get an understanding of the foundational spiritual principles of infinity. A lot of people, when they say, well, how do y'all get so many people together across religious lines? And how do you make that happen? What's that look like? Well, it looks like infinitude. And infinitude is defined as the state or quality of being infinite or having no limit. So we have such a mix of faith traditions here at Infinity that we have to have some core principles to pull us together, and we're delighted to have those core principles that bring us together. It's all about 4 primary principles that we call SNAP. So if you're new to Infinity, you see us snapping around here. You see us snapping in the spot today. We snap because of the 4 spiritual principles. The S in SNAP is for spirituality. Spirituality is connecting with the God of your acceptance and understanding, right? That is for you to define. It's not for me to define. It's for you to define. If you have a name or an energy that you put to the God of your acceptance and understanding, by all means, put that on there. You have the N for nurturing. Nurturing of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit. When you have nurturing, the next step you have to take is to take action. That's what the A in SNAP is for, because we take action on our dreams and we manifest great things in the world. And if you do these three things, you will see the P. The P in SNAP is for the proof. Proof that your spiritual practice is bearing fruit in your life. Healthy relationships, the job and purpose that you want to live in, and today on Yoga Sunday, a healthy body. So we invite you to join us in the affirmation of our statement of infinitude. The words will be on the screen. Take a deep breath with me. Exhale to release, and join me in the affirmation. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many ancient terms of affirmation. Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. All right, deep breath in and exhale. That's how we do infinity. That is the space of infinity. If you are a first-time visitor in this moment, you found your way into infinity, it's not by accident. Whoever tagged you, whoever told you about this space, you call them after service and you say, thank you for loving me enough to tag me into a space, into a Sunday fellowship where I feel at home, where I feel whole, where I feel affirmed, and where I can grow not only spiritually, but intellectually, and yes, today, physically. If you're a first-time visitor to Infinity, type your name in the box so that we can shower you with some muscle arms and some hearts and some love before we put down the phones and devices and go to the mats for today. But if you are a first-time visitor, I'd like to let you know in this space that we see the real you today. So you're not seen at Infinity as a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. It's the other way around. You are a spirit who is navigating the human experience just like the rest of us. And so we're going to look out for each other. We're going to send love to each other. We're going to send good energy to each other. And that's what it's all about today. So if you're a first-time visitor, and even if you're not a first-time visitor, this is how we affirm our welcome to Infinity every single Sunday. Since we began in the fall with our first service in the fall of 2014, October 2014, we have said this welcome in some shape, form, or fashion every single Sunday, and we want to say it to you today. So hold up your hands and receive it if you're a first-time visitor here. We got Terrence and Thea checking in. Love y'all. Thank y'all. I'm giving you a shout out too. We're going to give y'all a shout out. After this visitor's welcome, I'm going to dance and give y'all a shout out. So Terrence and Thea, y'all turn to each other. Put your hands up. Everybody else, y'all can send this energy to our group in the space. Everybody else, you can receive it. Take a deep, good cleansing breath. Exhale to release. Receive this. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You're a gift to me, this community, and the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are at home. I am with you, and you are not alone. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me in this moment. Never forget that you are seen. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. I feel you shining today. I know you shining today. So welcome to infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. Virtual high fives. Virtual everything. Virtual love. Virtual love. Virtual high fives. Virtual everything. Getting it together. Getting your dance on. Moving your mat in place right now. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. We got CrossFit T in the house. Brother Terrence. Thea in the space. Giving thanks, checking in. Thankful for a job promotion this week, as well as the premarital counseling and guidance we have been receiving from the Carr family. Hey, namaste. Y'all told we weren't going to tell nobody. We just love y'all. But thank you for the gratitude. That's what we're here for. That's what the community is for. So we are grateful for you, grateful for the job promotion, grateful for the love. Y'all, what an awesome day. So let's get everything ready. We are in this place. This is what we're going to do. We're going to absorb today's meditation, after which we will get into the practice of yoga today. We will also speak an affirmation when we get into Shavasana, which is the last pose for today. And then, in a little bit of a twist, because we know it's difficult to kind of go back and forth when we're trying our giving, when we get out of Shavasana and we have supercharged ourselves, we're going to supercharge and seal this practice with our giving. With our giving of our offerings financially. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put that at the end as the bow on top. So everybody ought to be good. So wherever you are, set your device up. Get yourself in place. We got everybody in the spot practicing with us. I'm going to go to my mat. Joshua's going to give you a shot of my mat. We're going to go for presentation there. And there we go. Look who's in the corner there. I've got another wide shot. I got Sister Alicia. I know, but I got to bring you in because see, I brought everybody in. I had to make my adjustment. Sister Alicia gets to be with me when I'm down on my mat. See, when I'm in my space here, y'all get to see her lovely energy in the space, and I'm grateful for you today, sister, who's usually back in the back running our media. She's been all over the place doing great things and absorbing all the good in her world. And we got Brother Joshua Smith Carr on the tech today, which frees me up. So my gratitude moment is, you don't know about what? It means that I'm going to go absolutely nuts today on our yoga, which is going to be good. I'm serious. No, seriously though. Today's practice, just so y'all know, let me tell y'all, today's practice, just so y'all know, is not going to be a particularly athletic practice. So first timers, everything is all right. Okay. Long timers, everything is all right. Yoga is about stillness. It's about practice. It's about pose. It's about breathing. It's also about asana, the pose, but it's about listening to your body, hearing your body, being in touch with your body, and being in tune with your body. Today's energy, I want you to begin to focus your energy now. So as you find your way to the mat, and I'll know you found your way to the mat because we won't be chatting anymore. We're going to be, you can't work your thumbs and do yoga at the same time. That's not yoga pose when you're doing like that, okay? We're going to make sure that we're fully in this thing. So I want you to find a seated, comfortable position wherever you are and begin to think about the energy at the bottom of your spine and where your seat is touching the floor. So where your seat is touching the floor, where it's touching that energy just below the bottom of your spine, past your tailbone, that's the root energy. We went over that in last month's practice. That's the root chakra. That's the energy of the root chakra, right? We are this week doing the sacral chakra. That sacral chakra, that energy there, is the energy that's just below your navel. So that energy that's below your navel in that area there, that's absorbing that energy from your privates and everything there, that's the space of creativity. It's the space of alignment for creativity, for self, and for establishing a foundation for who you are. So I want you to take a deep breath from the seated upright position and imagine, you know what? Don't imagine. Just see, just feel that breath energy entering in through your nose, traveling down your esophagus, into your chest, down past your diaphragm, and into that lower part of your body, filling that up. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, release those shoulders back and down so that you can relax. Fill that sacral energy up. That sacred energy, that sacral energy of that chakra, that color is orange. So when you see that air come in, see that energy coming into you as the orange energy of life. That orange energy, we call it in Sanskrit, for those of you who are studying the chakras. And of course, in Sanskrit, the CH sound is not pronounced SH. Sometimes it is in the West, we say chakra. But in traditional Sanskrit, it's chakra. So that chakra energy is pronounced in the sacral sense, svadhisthana. Svadhisthana. So if you say svad, S-V-A-H-D, yeah. Svad. E. Sthana. Sthana. Hit the tongue on the back of the teeth. Sthana. Everybody at home say it. Svad. E. Sthana. Svadhisthana. Absolutely beautiful. So svad, the beginning part, right? Svat, self. The concept of self. Svadhisthana, self-established. Self-established. You can see self-established with a dash, which means that you have established self, or you can see self with a pause, established, which means that you have been established. Not your ego, not the person who everybody thinks you are, not who you put on in the world, but who you truly are. Yourself established. So yourself establishes and yourself creates. That's why that energy below your navel is the space that also creates and produces physiologically in life, but spiritually, psychologically, intellectually even, it creates self from self. The self created, the unseen seen. When we talk about ancient wisdom, you have this power, this gift within you. And when we're out of alignment, we lean toward ego-based stuff. We want somebody to tell us how cute we are, how fly we look. We want to tell everybody, we want our biceps and our triceps and our quads to get all the attention. But guess what? When we're in a space of having ourselves established, we know that we are in alignment with our purpose. You're comfortable with where you are, with who you are. You embrace who you are today. You embrace where you are. And from there, everything else is added unto you. If this body is the temple today, and from the truth that I know it is, the establishment of good health preserves the space that holds the spirit. And if you can build this temple, if you can build this queendom, if you can build this kingdom, if you can preserve this space today, if you can celebrate it today, everything else is a bonus. Seek ye first the kingdom. Seek ye first the queendom. All else will be added unto you. Come on, let's get some of this energy going. Take a deep breath in. Pause and exhale to release. And before you close your eyes in a meditative space, we're going to go to today's meditation, which comes from RYT Instructor. One simple sentence that I want you to absorb. Quote, how you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. How you love yourself is how you teach others to love you. Take a deep breath there. Exhale to release it. Good. So while our root energy, that color of red, while that is about grounding and survival, those of you who didn't get that practice, dial it back to last month. We got that. The sacral energy is about enjoying life's experience today. So yes, pleasure. Yes, sensuality. Yes, procreation. Yes, feeling good. But the imbalance is addiction to those things. So if you're struggling with addiction to some of those things that I just listed, consider that sacral chakra energy may be imbalanced. So the poses today that we have in our sequence are about balance. They're about restoring that energy. We're going to sit in them for some breaths, but I guarantee you they're going to be some good breaths. So I invite you to begin to practice with me today. I'll give you some modifications if you need. There won't be a ton of modifications because, again, today's not about proving your difficulty. Today is about listening to your body and getting the breath into your limbs. All right, we ready to go? Find a seated position that's comfortable on the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release, to sit a little bit taller. Good. You can sit on a block. You can sit on a pillow if you're at home, wherever it may be. Begin to take a deep breath in and out through your nose. Good. And just begin to focus the energy on sending the breath from within, down through the diaphragm and into that lower space between your hips. Igniting that orange energy in the sacral chakra. For those of you who hear the term thrown around, chakra simply translates in Sanskrit as wheel. So there are wheels of energy spinning up your spine, igniting energy in the rest of your body. The ancients called it the tree of life. Embrace that orange part of the tree of life, that spinning energy in the lower part of your body, giving it permission to be free right now. And as we continue to embrace a little bit of the silence, we're going to ease in a little music for our practice today, just so that we can have a little bit of groove to guide us. Place your palms facing upright, the back of your hands on your knees, inside your thigh. Now on an inhale, bring your palms together, the mid-chest, pressing your fingers together, pressing your joints together, pressing your palms together, pressing your thumbs together, lightly touching your thumbs on your breastbone there in the center of your chest. And in the stillness now, we want you to focus on your intention for today. Give yourself an intention for today. It may be to stay focused during the practice. It may be to get a better downward facing dog. It may be to build strength. It may be whatever that is for you. Take a few deep breaths and focus on your intention. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Back down to the inside of your knees, or however they fit for you, the comfortable position. Good. And I want you to rise up, come to all fours for a moment. Then I want you to grab a block or pillow if you need to, and I want you to come to a pose that's called hero pose. Now, I use hero pose. I sit back on a block or pillow. Point my toes toward the back of the room. You're actually sitting in the space between your ankles if you're able to, and sitting up straight. Good. Sitting in hero pose. Some of you advanced yogis will bring your knees together and sit all the way to the floor, and that is fine. Sitting back in hero pose, I want you to find the stillness. Place your palms down on your knees. And allow your eyes to close. You're going to sit in hero's pose. Once you find the position of stillness, lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Now send them toward the back of the room. Now roll them down toward the floor. To open the chest. Allow the flesh on the back of your shoulder blades to descend toward the floor. Lift your navel in and up toward the spine. Allow all tension to fall away from the face. And enjoy breathing that energy now deep to the root of your core. All thoughts of distractions, all worries, all doubt, just let that turn into the breath. Just allow any thought that comes up to not be judged, but just to fold into the breath. Feeling the peace of this pose, being mindful to listen to your body throughout this practice. That yoga is not about pain. Yoga is about understanding and breath. Those of you who are advanced yogis, I challenge you today to breathe deeper into the pose. As the great Iyengar teacher, Iyengar himself said, the pose begins the moment you want to get out of it. So if those of you who find yourself in a pose today, you say, I want to get out of it, guess what? You're doing yoga. Wonderful. You might fall out of it, then you get back in, just like with life. Three more good, solid, deep breaths in this position of stillness. This is the hero pose because any hero must bow first and submit in a humble space to the higher consciousness space that lies within. One more good deep breath. Yes, let it all out. Sneezes, coughs, burps, wind breaks. Means your body's saying, I'm alive now. Exhale, blow it all out. Come to all fours. As you come to all fours, we want to square ourselves up. So let's check our all fours position. Make sure that our wrists are directly under our shoulders. Yes, bless you, brother. Make sure that our knees are squarely under our hips. Good. We can tuck our toes or we can point our toes, whatever is comfortable. Good. Now let's do hip circles. We're going to draw a circle with our hips, bringing our hips forward and back in a rotation. Choose which direction. Allow yourself to rotate those hips slowly in a circle. Warming up that lower body, warming up that sacral energy in the base. Letting that lower spine, that lumbar spine region relax. Good. Now pause and go in the opposite direction. Some of y'all can really get that move in there to loosen them up. I ain't judging you on how you roll your hips. When you dip, I dip, we dip. All together. Remember I said that, or somebody said it. Good. Now find that stillness. Now move your knees toward the outer edges of the mat. Bring your feet together, touch your big toes and point them toward the back of the room. Reach toward the front of the mat and sit back on your heels. Child's pose. Child's pose is the rest position. At any given point, you can rest in this position. You can take a block. You can take a pillow. For those of you who are new yogis, you can take a block, or old yogis, you can take a block and place it there and allow your head to rest there. Some of you might rest all the way on the floor. That's fine too. But most importantly, I want you to get used to an active child's pose. So go ahead and sit those hips all the way back. Stretch those palms forward. As you stretch those palms forward, reach those fingers out, spread them. Spread those fingers and then drive those palms into the mat. As you feel your body being pulled forward, you feel it being pulled back too, creating some extension in the spine. Breathing that air into your lower back. Breathing into the space between your hips that you're creating. Feeling Child's pose now actively. Continue to breathe like this. At every given point during the practice today, you can always rest in child's pose. Child's pose is a rest position. It's a recovery position. And there's no shame in getting in it. I love child's pose. It gives me energy. Good. From child's pose. Lift the crown of your head up. Look at your hands. Good. Lift your feet. Move them toward the edges of the mat. Tuck your toes. Press back into downward facing dog. Straighten your arms. Straighten your legs. Oh, drop your chest towards your knees. And you can walk your dog a little bit. Keeping the balls of your feet in place and your toes in place, you can raise up a heel alternately. Straightening a leg, bending a knee, getting used to warming up your hamstrings. Warming up the backs of your legs and your calves. As you walk yourself, see if you can walk yourself deeper into that position. Now let's get you in there in a greater way. Raise up on your tippy toes. Bend your knees. Arch your back so that you stick your butt up a little bit more. Yes, absolutely. Now, keep that same feeling in your hips. Straighten your legs and lower your heels back down toward the mat. Now we've got more of that pyramid that we're looking for. When you find the pyramid, that's the rest pose. Downward facing dog. Good. If you need some core stability, turn your biceps outward while pressing your hands down into the mat. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, release, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, jump, or float forward into a forward fold. When you're going into a forward fold, you begin bending at the waist. Then the upper back. If you have a brick or a block, or even a book, you can use the book or the brick or the block to rest your hands on. You can bend your knees if you need to slightly. Drop the head, finally, to relax into the forward fold or ragdoll. Now sway a little bit from side to side. Just to warm yourself up, let your hands dangle. Good. Now come halfway up, halfway lift, straighten the back. Hands on your shins, hands on your ankles, hands on your knees, your thighs, wherever you need to be that is comfortable for you to get a flattened back, looking slightly forward ahead in the back. Good. Take a deep inhale and a halfway lift. Exhale, release back to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach toward the ceiling. Hands together at prayer. Exhale, release the hands to heart center. Take a big inhale here. Exhale to release. Good. We're going to do 3 ohms here. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Big inhale here. Exhale, release the hands to your sides. Good, now let's check in with our bodies. All right, let's square our feet so that they're facing true north, which is 12 o'clock on the clock. So don't go slew-footed or pigeon-toed with the toes and the feet. We want them both facing north. Good. Lift your toes up. Good. Lift your toes up and then dig the four corners of your feet, the inside and outside of your heels, the inside and outside of the balls of your feet. Dig them into the mat. Really dig them in. We want to ground you like a tree that's planted by the water, so you shall not be what? Moved. I know it. Now that you're grounded, go ahead and drive those toes into the mat too. Spread them out and drive them into the mat. Good. Lift that navel up and in toward the spine. Roll those shoulders back and down to open that chest. Release those hands to the floor at perfect posture. Pretending that there's a cord inserted at the top of your head, lifting and elongating your spine even more. Lifting you higher, lifting you taller, lifting you stronger, just like the mountain. This is mountain pose. Breathe. Find the stillness in this asana. You hear that in yoga? It means pose. It's the physical part of yoga. Feel this asana. This is an energizing asana too. Mountain pose is a position of power. When you're establishing yourself and when you are self-established, you are sure of who you are. So let's keep ourselves grounded. Grounded in mountain pose, we're going to take ourselves through a sun salutation. Feel that orange energy coming up from the ground into your body, and let's light this thing on fire. Take an inhale, exhale to release. Yes, let it all out. I love it, Shabazz. We loving it. Inhale, yes. Reach, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Remember it? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step jump or go back into a plank. Inhale, lower yourself down. Come forward 2 inches. Press the top half of your body up into upward facing dog. Rest on the top of your feet. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Relaxing your hips toward the mat, your pelvis toward the mat, even as you extend and lift your kneecaps. For those of you who need a modification, as a modification, you can rest on the floor. You can rest your thighs on the floor. For those who need a modification, you can rest in Sphinx, elbow on the floor. That can be your upward facing dog today. That's fine. Take a deep breath. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Those of you who are wanting a little more exercise, you can do push-ups. 5 push-ups in between the transition. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. Let me hear them. There you go. I hear you at home. I can hear you. Blow it all out. Fog the mirror if you need to get your breath. Last big breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands, step, jump, or flow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good. I want you to see the color white. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Inhale that white color white. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Give me 3 breaths here. Inhale, release. Great. Remember to make those adjustments. Get yourself in that pyramid position. Raise those hips if you need to. Engage those knees. Lifting the kneecaps up toward the hips to engage the quad. Let's get that going. Last deep breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now we begin to see the color yellow. Inhale, reaching toward the sky, extended mountain pose. Inhaling yellow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 good breaths here. Good. Your body's changing. Your body's growing. Your body's loving you. Feel that breath. Your breath is what heals you. It sustains you. And if you find yourself struggling, send it all into the breath. Good. Last big breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Embrace the color red. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold for 3 good breaths. Find your stillness. Fill up those hips and that back with breath. Last breath in. Blow it all out. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Embrace that color black. Breathe it in. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra or sphinx. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Those of you at home, if at any point you need to drop the child's pose, you can. Those of you who are up and upward downward facing dog, hold it. 2 more deep breaths. You got this. Last big breath in. Exhale, blow it out. Look between your hands. Step just your right foot forward. Good. Inhale up into Warrior One on the right side. Good. Now check in with your body on Warrior One. I want to make sure that you're in that great position, Warrior One wise. So check your knee. Make sure that it's directly on top of your ankle. So you don't want to go back too far or too far forward. Make sure that your back leg is anchored straight and that your foot is at a 45-degree angle on the mat. So not on the edge of the mat, not pointing forward. Split the difference of 45-degree angle as you square the hips, roll the shoulders back and down, then add the arms. Good. Some of you might need to shorten your stance. Some might need to broaden your stance. Find the comfortable, still space. Good. Inhale, send those thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, take it to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big cleansing breath here. Exhale, blow that baby out. Step that left foot forward. Warrior One on the left side. Good. Make those same adjustments. Make sure that left knee is directly over that left ankle. That back foot is at a 45-degree angle, and that you're actually driving that back foot into the mat. The outer edge of that back foot, drive it into the mat as you lift the inner arch, and then lift the kneecap up towards your hips, towards your groin, and you engage that quad, giving that core stability on that back leg. And there it is, right? Awesome. Deep breath in. Exhale to release it. Another deep breath in. Go into the pose deeper. Send those thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Give me a big breath here. In. Exhale. I'll step that right foot forward again. And this time come up in a low lunge. So this time I want you to have both feet facing forward. Instead of warrior one, where we lock that back leg, we want you to turn the ball, rotate on the ball of that foot so that both feet are facing true north. Drop that into a low lunge. Those of you who are advanced yogis, you may take it all the way to the floor. You can rest on one knee. You can lift and point that foot toward the back of the room and rest on the top of that foot. That is a super low lunge. For those of you who are intermediates, shorten your stance. Same position as warrior one on the arms. Good. Big inhale here. And exhale to release. Bring your hands to your hips. Good. Now lower that heel on that back leg. Turn to the side of your mat. After we got that low lunge, we're going to turn to the side of the mat. Good. Turn to the side of the mat. Now point your toes toward the corners of the mat. So going in the exact same direction as your knees. You want your knees pointing out. You don't want your feet to be too square. Square your body, place your hands at prayer, and then lower down into the goddess position. Keeping your back as straight as possible. We don't want you bending over and lowering. For some, it may be just this far. For others, you may be even deeper. Advanced yogis, you can come up on the balls of your feet. Hold that position, goddess position. Beautiful. Find the core stability by engaging every muscle in your body. You're still not letting anything off the hook. So even if you're in goddess position there, you're lifting that navel up and in toward the spine. You're not just relaxing your core. You're rolling your shoulders back and down. You're pressing the palms of your hands together, resting your thumbs on your breastplate. There it is. Breathe. Keep breathing. Opening up the centers in the body. If you need to come out, you come out, but you go back in, and that's great. Restorative moment in this goddess position. Good. Can you take it a little deeper? Yes. Big inhale. Exhale, come back to standing. Good. Turn back toward the front of the room. Bring your feet together. Immediately go into a low lunge on the opposite side by stepping your right foot back. Both feet facing forward. Taking it as low as you can into this low lunge position. Once you find your core stability, if you need to place your hands on your hips, you can do that as well. If you need to take a knee to the floor, you can as well. Knee to the floor can be a rest position, but you can also use that to get more stretch. Oh, yeah, to open those hips. Great. And then take those hands to the ceiling. Rest in low lunge. Activated. Breathing. In and out. Through your nose. Find that stillness. Same core principles. Your front foot. Are you driving all four corners of your foot into the mat? Oh, you weren't. Now you are. Feel that stability coming? Are you lifting and engaging the core? Yes. Feel the stability coming. Good. Deep inhale, send those thumbs toward the back of the room. Good. Tuck those back toes if you haven't. Bring yourself back up to standing. Turn to the opposite side of the mat. Point those toes toward the corners of the mat. Hands back at prayer. Got us again. Lower down. Feel the space opening between the hips. Find the stillness in that position. Doing great, guys, on this sacral energy. You're hanging in there. You're doing great. Good. Challenge yourself. If you find yourself in a space of ease, challenge yourself to drop a little deeper. If you find yourself in a space of ease, raise up on your tiptoes. Bring those heels off the floor. Give yourself that extra challenge, but find the stillness either way. Good. Deep breath in, exhale. Drop a little deeper. Good. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Turn toward the front of your mat. Step forward. Good. Let's do a sun A. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Now that those hips are alive, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold that for 3 breaths in the rest position. Good. Now we're going to go into pigeon. So your block or your pillow is going to be near. This is going to be a little challenging for some, but others are mastering. It's going to be great. From downward facing dog, raise that right leg slightly. Now, look at your right hand. Bring your right knee toward your right wrist and bring your right foot, your toes toward your left hand. Good. Some of you will create a straight space. Lift up your back foot, point your toes toward the back of the room, resting your left foot, resting on the top of your left foot. That is pigeon. You're going to feel it opening up on the right side of your hips. That is pigeon. That is king pigeon. That is holding your chest up. That is there. If you need assistance, you can take a block or a pillow, place it under your right buttock or your right thigh. Hold it there. For those of you who go into extended pigeon, you can reach forward and lower yourself to the mat. Find the pigeon that works for you, and you will be doing the brr, brr, pigeon. That is an age reference. Younger folk, ask about Sesame Street. We're going to restore from this position, so stay in this position and breathe. Pigeon. If you find that you've felt good in the king position, you can lower yourself to your elbows or lower yourself all the way to the floor. You can place a pillow underneath your chest if you need to. Some of you at home, grab 5 or 6 pillows. Just put pillows around yourself. Get yourself into the position where you can listen to your body and feel your body in Pigeon. Doing a great job, y'all. You're doing a great job. Give me 2 more breaths in Pigeon. I'm giving you this practice. You can do this practice and spend a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes in Pigeon. It'll help open your hips, help you with your digestion. You got a great number of things, benefits. Wherever you are, press your way up to King Pigeon. Put your palms on the floor. Tuck that back foot. Press back into downward facing dog. Opposite side, you can move that block or that pillow over. Lift that left leg. Good. Now look at your left wrist. Send that left knee towards your left wrist. Send those right toes towards your right wrist. Lift that back foot. Press that back leg down toward the back of the mat. Send those toes on the back foot toward the back of the mat. Rest on that right top of your foot. Good. Relax into that space. Grab your pillow, your bolster, your seat to your couch, your cushion. Place it under that left leg if you need it. And you can hold in King Pigeon, or you can drop to your elbows, or you can drop all the way to the floor. You do what your body tells you do. In the balancing space of yoga, the reason why we give equal benefit to the body is that we want to give equal benefit to both sides of our body so that we can walk in balance. In life and spirit, you want to give equal attention to your mind that you give to your spirit. You want to give equal attention to your body that you give to your mind. That's how you find balance. Something like this. You might find that on this side of the body, you have a little more flexibility or a little less flexibility. Guess what they call that? Normal. We spend a lot of time, men, we spend a lot of time growing up. We wear wallets on one side of our body or the other. It changes the balance of our spine. Ladies, you might carry a purse or a backpack on one side of your body. It changes the balance of your spine. Yoga allows us a chance to get to know how our body is changing and how it's evolving and to keep it in tune. That's what the work is, y'all. This is the work. Three more deep breaths. One more deep breath. Good. Coming back up to King Pigeon position. Put your hands on the mat. Coming back into downward facing dog. Dropping your knees to the mat, taking your knees to the edges of the mat, bring your big toes together, pointing them toward the back of the room, lowering down into child's pose, and resting in child's pose for just a couple of breaths. And as we rest in this for a couple of breaths, we've got just a couple of more poses, y'all. So we've had a great practice. I want you to keep you hanging in there. You're gonna feel this energy in a number of ways this week, I guarantee you, as we establish ourselves. Good. Come up to all fours. Good. Now, you might turn to the side of your mat. You may not, but you can bring your knees out toward the edges of the mat. And I want you to lift up your feet. Lift your feet off the mat. And I want you to point your toes toward the outer edges of the room. And then lay your ankles in toward the floor. It's going to cause you to spread your knees a little farther apart. And that position is the frog position. So if you think about frog legs, you think about the way frog legs are placed on your plate for those of you who eat frog legs. I'm plant-based, so I don't know. Frog position. From that frog position, you can lower yourself down to your elbows. You can hold that. And if you want a little extra stretch, you can spread your knees apart and you can press yourself back. Use your elbows to press yourself back between your hips, and you're feeling that energy. That's frog. Find the position of stillness for frog. It is indeed a hip opener for those of you who hold stress. Much of that stress is contained and held in the hip area. So if you're feeling yourself say right now, man, my goodness, my Lord, and you're calling on everybody, that's good. Just send it out into the breath for frog. 3 good deep breaths in frog. Good. Give me one more. Good. Now come back to all fours. Now float your legs or just sit back in between so that you can come to a seated position. Once you're in the seated position, I want you to lie all the way back. You've lied all the way back now. Good. And I want you to bring your right knee toward your chest. Keep your left leg extended. Reach the inner part of your thigh. Make 2 peace fingers. Wrap them around your toe. Press into your fingers as you raise your foot. And this is half happy baby. Lie your head all the way back. Take some deep breaths here. If you have a strap or a towel and you're having a hard time reaching that, that's what you do there. Take the strap of the towel. Half happy baby. No excuses. Big inhale here. Exhale, release it to the floor. Good. Opposite side. Right leg extended. Bring that left knee toward the chest. Reach between peace fingers, towel, or strap. If you're doing a towel or a strap, make sure you put it around the ball of your foot. And bring it back to half happy baby. Never forgetting to extend that right leg. Deep breath there. Good. Exhale, extend that leg. Take a deep breath there and exhale. Good. Now, bend both of your knees, bringing your feet towards your buttocks. Bring your feet as close as you can to your buttocks. Thighs together. Then slowly drop the outer knees toward the edges of the mat and bring the bottoms of your feet together. Recline cobbler's pose or Superbadakanasana. You can take a pillow or a block, place it under the outer edges of your thighs, wherever you need to make sure that you have support. Good, y'all. We're almost at the end of the practice. Superbadakanasana. Stay in this position and in this pose for several breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale, drop your knees a little bit more. Good to have you in the place, Katrina. Good to have you in the place, everybody that we've got in here. Dolly. Great to have all of you on the replay doing this with us. We feel your energy. Good. You can place a hand on your chest and a hand on your stomach. One big inhale here. Exhale. Extend your legs. Extend your feet. Bring your hands to your sides, palms facing up. Bring your feet together, point your toes toward the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, drop your toes toward the outer edges of the mat. You have reached Shavasana. The final pose, corpse pose. This is the pose where you rejuvenate. So we're going to spend the next several breaths giving yourself that space of affirmation. Find a comfortable space for you to lie down now. Here in the space, I'm going to smudge with sage and Palo Santo, cleansing herbs, cleansing energies. For those of you who smudge yourselves at home or who burn incense at home, after today's practice, after today's service, just get a feather or just get the smoke and just put it over yourself and affirm that all is well and all is good, and it removes any negative existing energy that's on you, prepares you for this week. So in this position, enjoy the energy of rest. I'm fully connected to the universal life force. I feel the energy of the God of my acceptance and understanding cascading upon me in waves and waves of love. I feel the waves of protection. I embrace the waves of understanding. I acknowledge that in this moment all things are connected. All things before me, all things behind me, all things around me, all things under me, all things over me. I choose to be whole in this moment. I embrace the feeling of pleasure that flows in and out of my core. And I accept the powerful life force that comes forth from it as I emerge into the world. And so it is. As we embrace this moment of coming back into this reality, begin to allow yourself to feel how your skin feels on your clothes and how your clothes feel on your mat or on the floor. Begin now to open up in that divine space. Of awakening, coming on back into this reality. Roll over to one side. Good. Sit in the fetal position for a breath or two. And then press yourself back up to seating. Sometimes it feels so good you just want to stay in it, and it's a wonderful space and state to stay in. And as we close our practice today, we want to reinforce that energy of the self-established, that sacral chakra, that svadhisthana. So place your hands at heart center again. The mantra or the phrase or the word of affirmation that activates the sacral chakra is VAM. VAM. Everybody say VAM. V-A-M. VAM. That's what we're going to do, okay? So give us 3 VAMs to activate and to feel that energy, okay? Inhale. Exhale. VAM. Inhale. Last time. Inhale and an exhale. And inasmuch as we have gathered today, as we have gathered on the replay, as we have gathered in this space and gotten through this energetic practice that is about activating this creative self-established space, thank you for practicing being in this space. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you, and the term that we use to manifest that is namaste. 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 Y'all, how you feel? How y'all feel here? Y'all feel good? Y'all okay? Y'all got your hips open? Y'all got okay? Y'all are good at home? Great. It's not over because this is the space of gratitude. This is the space now where we absorb this energy. And I hope that I speak that this has been a powerful activating energy for you today. This is Yoga Sunday. This is Infinity Fellowship. And this is the moment that we turn to our giving. So as you are now activated, you're rolling up off that mat like I have. You're ready to do jumping jacks. You're ready to do push-ups. You're ready to swing. You're ready to do everything. I know I am. Most importantly, I'm ready to give. So we have had a great Sunday today, a great practice today. So I want you to turn to your applications that you use for giving. You can give via Cash App. You can give via PayPal. You can also give via mail. But we put up our slide that reminds you of what Albert Einstein said in a very scientific way. That is that it is everyone's obligation, and a wonderful obligation, to put back into the world at least the equivalent of what she or he takes out of it. We are expanding our global community today. We are doing great things. We want you to expect great things because great things are coming to you today. So I invite you in this space of giving to, before you leave, before you get done today, put something on the Cash App, put something on the giving, put something on the tithes or the offering, whatever your heart is moved to give today, whatever has been opened up in you. We are a space that is going to continue to push you to grow. We're going to continue to pour into you. And we're grateful for those of you who pour back, because it's by pouring back that you're seeing all these great things happen in your life. You know, that's how we do it as a community. So we're going to supercharge our giving and say that everything is good together. So repeat that after me. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. We got it. I got it good. We're going to play some music and we're going to sing. But first, we're going to say our offertory affirmation is up on the screen. Don't you leave without saying it with us. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. Good. And let's read it on the screen. O limitless, abundant creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Everything is good. We got the music for you playing so that we can give during this time. I had a great blessing this week, so I'm about to make my offering and my tithe today as well, along with you. So we're going to practice what we teach. Y'all can sing that. Y'all know how it goes? Everything is good. Come on, let's give. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Everything is good. I've got it. I've got it. I've got it. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I've got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I've got it good. I got it good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I've got it good. I got it. I got it. Yeah. Awesome. You can continue to give, of course, after service. Many of you are still on the mat, just enjoying the exhilarating feeling that you felt from today's practice. It's been an awesome day. It's been an awesome gathering on Sunday, for Sunday. Shout out to all of you who have made the commitment to do all 4 Sundays. You know, sometimes it's easy to say, well, I love the energy. I love first Sundays. I get that spirit. I love the nurturing on second Sunday. I love the lessons and the interaction on third. And then I'm going to take fourth Sunday and I'm just going to take it off. Well, guess what? You can do that. But I encourage you to go all in the year of alignment, because we want you to have an awesome body experience for your spirit. We don't want you to just live great and learn all these wonderful lessons and then you're not around to enjoy it. Put some time into your body today. Get up, go out and walk today. Eat something healthy today. Drink you a bunch of water today. Get yourself in alignment this week. Use the sacral energy that has been stoked, that has been fired up by this practice to go out and be the change that you were born to be in this world. Svadhisthana, self-established. Establish yourself. Somebody out there is waiting on you to discover your greatest gift and to start walking in it. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. What matters is that you have connected to that space of self beyond the ego. Ego is what everybody else thinks. Self is who you truly are. Thank you all for joining us today for the Infinity Fellowship. We invite you to join us for our weekly free meditation on Wednesdays at noon from 12 to 12:09 via conference call, free conference call. Join us every Wednesday Central Standard Time. And of course, next Sunday is Spirit Sunday. We're excited. Voices of Infinity, new level. Special surprise next Sunday. Tell every friend you know. Follow us on social media. Like this page. Subscribe. Send a link. Do it organically. Because this space found you. You found this space. Don't you think there's somebody else out there who's looking for this vibration of love, for this vibration of empowerment? Share it with somebody. Let's make some good things happen. So this has been Reverend Jeff Obafemikar as we play our final song to get on out of here. We're going to speak that all of the good in your world is going to continue to manifest. So as we leave you in this place and you emerge into the world that awaits your light, as you hear the sound of this wonderful song that we sing every single Sunday, we're just going to flow it on out for you today. But we invite you in this space to recognize that you were born here for a purpose. And if you don't live your dream, it's not going to manifest. Only you were born to do what you were supposed to do. So we speak that the blessings of God, that the power of the ancestors, and that the strength and affirmation of the cosmos rest, rule, rock, and abide with you from this moment, henceforth, now and forevermore. We say these things and we speak these things together, and we say in the affirmation terms from cultures going back to the beginning of time. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. So until I talk to you all again next week, y'all, this has been Reverend Jeff Obafemikar, the entire Infinity Fellowship family, reminding you that when you get information in, it does become knowledge. When you take that knowledge and put it into action, that's when it becomes wisdom. Y'all be wise. We love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace and power.